So for a quick little video today, I wanted to go into a Golf Fix app that I'm using to keep my swing sharp since I can't go outside or haven't been able to practice weather-wise. It's been awful. So anyway, this app is free and it's on Apple. I don't know if it's got a Microsoft version, but if you've got Apple, it's called Golf Fix. Right, so all it does is it analyzes your swing. You can go and record a swing, and basically you get in its view here, and you take a swing, and it records it, and it gives you a score. This was a couple days ago, and it'll tell me, well, what I'm doing wrong, and it's their view, it's their model. It says, gives suggestions. You can freeze it at the different points like this, and run through the swing. I always pull up. That's always been one of my problems, but you'll see that my spine really stays in a relative position that's not bad. And most people will score like a 2 on this. I put Scotty Scheffler in, and he scored, I think, 3, and here he's a PGA winner. I also put in, for instance, I put in Mike Austin, just out of curiosity, and he scores an 8.7 out of 10. And that's because the pro they're using, he does have a really nice swing, but he's certainly not a winner on the tour or anything. He's a teaching pro. He's got a really nice swing. So he's their model, and he's a 10 out of 10. And there's things that I know I do wrong that I can correct. And when you go in and say, okay, lack of wrist hinge, well, I scored a 9, but it's saying, I really didn't get to position at the top that was horizontal. You can see it there. I was taking a shorter swing. So when you look at that, you can then compare it to the pro, say, okay, he's going further back. He's staying within that V of the planes. Well, so am I. So it's going to give me a good score in terms of that. And then you can say, okay, well, what else am I doing wrong? And they'll say lifting upper body at address. Well, I do. It's always been something I extend upward. As I turn, I'm coming up just slight. See how slight it is? Where if you said, okay, well, what's the pro doing? Well, he's turning and he's dead on it with his sternum. He's rotating around his sternum a little better than I am, keeping his head a little better. So little things like that. So I have nothing bad and 2 okays, but that's going to ding me on the score, and I end up with a 9 out of 10. And I'll tell you, to be honest, this ball is ripped, absolutely ripped. So that's what I use. I have fancier ones that I paid a lot of money for on a teaching basis. I do all sorts of modeling, but this is a nice simple one that you could mess with indoors during the winter and use a foam ball as I am here. It's very helpful to pick out problems and improve. Now, is it perfect? No, of course not. But at the same time, it does help. It picked out a lot of things when I wasn't swinging that great, and I could easily improve them. Let's just find one here. So when I first started with it, it was giving me, 6.7, for instance. I'm moving a lot, and they tend not to like that. I'm using my athleticism here, and this is the 9-iron. I ripped 165 yards. But in terms of what they're saying, they're not wrong. I did lose my spine angle at the top. Gave me 4 other dings. I was squatting too much at address. I need to stand up taller. That's something you'll rotate better if you stand up taller. So those sorts of things are things you can fix. So I can fix the spine angle, squat at address. I pulled my left arm in the follow through. I actually did that on purpose on that particular swing. I do lift my upper body at address when I come back. I always stand up. And I had the flying elbow because I was taking a great big whack at it. So when you look at those things, it's all true. And in terms of the pro, they're going to consider that an error and ding you on the score. You just have to know there is no perfect swing. There just isn't. But can I improve on those criticisms? Well, yeah, I can improve on them and look at them differently and say, okay, I understand that. I'll change some of it. I'm still squatting too much at address. Okay, so I can go back and look at that and say, well, am I doing that now? No, I stood up taller. And then that error goes away. You can see that here. So now it's just saying lack of wrist hinge because I didn't take the big swing. And I slightly lift at address when I go back into the backswing. Not a big deal. Will I ever score a 10 out of 10? Maybe. Will that fix my game? No. I'm telling you, perfect form is nice to look pretty in the swing, but I'm telling you right now, I'm blasting that ball. That is absolutely ripped. This will lead to more consistency. So I'm able to score the 8s and 9s every swing. And that will help your game. So try it, guys.